Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Masses32210. And as I promised in one of the videos, if not a couple of them, I promised I was going to kind of give a big update to what I had going on. And I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm trying not to sink in, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. As a lot of you know, over the past probably year and a half, give or take, I've been stating exactly what's been going on with me. A lot of you have already seen the video. I sold my shop. If any of y'all been watching the cabin build, I've mentioned it in that video of that I just finally got tired of the big city. I got tired of the thieves. I got tired everything that comes with a giant city. If I haven't mentioned, I used to live in Jacksonville, Florida. When I grew up there as a kid, it was like a wonderful place to live. But as times went on, the city got bigger, had a lot more crime. Drugs are so rampant there. The murder rate was getting sky high. I didn't want my kids to grow up in an environment like that, and I surely didn't want to retire somewhere like that. City has a lot of amenities, yes, but when it comes down to it, who wants to live around a bunch of crime and a bunch of people? I mean, the city, to get from one side of Jacksonville to the other, you're talking it could take an hour and a half, 2-hour drive, because Jacksonville, Florida is one of the cities that it's the biggest city, I believe, land-wise in the United States. But forget that. Here's what we're going to be discussing today. What have I been up to? What has been going on? And why I haven't really released too many newer videos. And I'm going to flip the camera around and kind of show you what's going on. What we're standing in is my property I purchased about 2 years ago this month. Matter of fact, I believe it was today or tomorrow, somewhere like that. And I had been working on this general area of the property. I worked on it for approximately 4 months, give or take. When I first bought it about 2 years ago, then I had a lot of stuff going on, and I couldn't get back here as much. And then from there, the last probably 8 months, I had to deal with getting the other house ready. I finally sold it this past November, right around the beginning of November. Went ahead and sold it, and this property has been paid off. I got blessed that I bought this property pretty well cheap. It's very wet right now. It just it rained earlier this morning, which I've been praying every day that if it doesn't rain, or we only get a very small, slight drizzle, because what I have here, this is what's took up the last 3 months of my time, is I've finished coming out here. I finished cutting down all the trees, or at least anything going to be close to the house. The last thing I worked on, there was like 8 trees right here at the very back where you see this dirt that has been disturbed. The very end of that disturbed dirt is right there, approximately my property line. And this isn't the whole property. This is probably maybe 3/4 of an acre, if that what you're looking at. This is where the main house site's going to go. I was out here goofing around the other day. It was the first time after this property had dried out. The excavator came out and did a bunch of digging. Paid an excavator company to come out and pull up all the stumps, because I had approximately 80 stumps from all the trees that I cut down. So they took and they shaped it, basically giving this side of the property more of a hill for water drainage. And it's not dead perfect. This is half my hard pan what I have right now. We got another 3 more loads coming, and that's going to be spread right here where I'm standing. After I sold the house, I went ahead and bought a brand new mobile home. I decided, me and the family decided we didn't want to go traditional brick house again. We just wanted to go with mobile home. Something was brand spanking new. And the best part, it's paid for cash. I paid for the property. I got this is 1.5 acres, and it continues on to the creek that way. And I was given the road that comes in, was thrown in for free, which gives me almost like a little over 3 acres. And I only paid $7,500. And for this area, that's very much unheard of, because 1 acre wooded is running $30,000 to $40,000. I only paid $7,500 for everything. But what you would notice right here is a little stick I poked in the ground, and I'm going to come out here with little stakes and stake everything off the way I want. This is what I'm hoping is going to be the very front of my mobile home, so you have nothing but front yard. And I still have more brush to clean up over there. That's going to be a separate video. I had bought a used Billy Goat brush cutter. That thing is awesome. None of this lot you could have seen anything out here. Everything was about 8 foot overgrown, kind of like what you see in front of you. That is the train tracks on the other side. But that thing was phenomenal. And I'm going to do a separate video taking down that stuff. And we have some clearing over there that I just started. But this is what I was going to show you. This is why I've been so busy. This right here is going to be the front of the mobile home. And it's going to go back. I forgot exactly. That's why I need to put the stakes back out. We had to finish getting this cleared out. Every time I come out, I constantly lose the flags. But there's one yellow flag. And there's another yellow flag. We're going to put the drain field somewhere back in here. I still have to come back and restake everything. Got to stay away from my neighbor's well so many feet. And I have my well going in over here. But I figure since I'm here, might as well do a complete update. Let's walk across this mess. I was hoping to see the deer tracks again. There's like a deer highway that come from the creek across the tracks. And I also heard of some good fishing holes that are also around here. Now what I'm showing you here, what looks like a mess now, is going to end up being, or what you're looking at is the future home of the new Chop Shop Customs new shop. Looks horrible right now. I've been back here, let's see, what is today? Today's Monday. I came out here last Thursday and just had fun with the chainsaw. Taking down all kind of trees. I want to take everything back as far as I could get it. I really need to get the brush cutter in here and take out all this underbrush, which makes walking through here a lot easier. And that's going to be coming up soon, which I'll start probably bringing the camera out because I miss doing videos. But as you notice, all this I'm going to take back. Probably those two right there in front of us. There's a couple there. I'm going to take a couple more of these trees back a little bit further. I'm going to try to push back everything I can away from the shop building, and I'm going to underbrush everything all the way back to the creek. We're going to go ahead and open this completely up so you get a nice view of the creek. And as if you haven't noticed, way in the distance over there, the property continues on towards the road. It goes a pretty good ways that way, which we'll walk over there. That is the off-grid cabin, which come up with a creative idea so I get multiple uses out of one building. That is not just the off-grid cabin project. That will remain as an off-grid cabin. There's going to be no electricity. We're going to keep it true to the project name. That is going to remain the off-grid cabin for now. And what I decided also to make it multi-purpose building, it's also going to become the off-grid. It's going to be my off-grid YouTube office. And it's also going to be the off-grid YouTube studio. So we'll have the shop. We will have the cabin project for camping out. I want to get multiple uses out of my property. That's why I moved out here to the city. Because sorry. I'm trying to figure out what kind of hawk that was or something that just flew by. I moved out to the country. I wanted more land. I wanted more room. I didn't want people that are close. The gentleman that lives next to me has 30 acres. Pristine land. I have one neighbor right next to me on the other side, just close, and one right behind me. But out here, everybody kind of stick to themselves. Now, coming out, we are at the cabin. Now, I don't want to send this video out too early to kind of spoil the re-uploads from my outdoors channel to the to this channel, but I know some of y'all have watched both. Trying to find the key that lets us in the door. The cabin is up. She is standing. She is still on solar. I have better panels that I bought. I just haven't had the chance to bring them out yet. There's a lot of stuff I've been slowly getting done as time has been going on. We've moved the camper here, but it's not even fully set up yet. Again, I've had so much going on. Finally got some of the crates stuck over there for log boxes. Again, everything seems like it's getting half done, and I've been overwhelmed with so much going on. All right, I'll get my key out of the door so I don't forget it. And the cabin is literally such an utter mess. I hate to even show this, but that's been the problems of trying to work out here. I haven't had much time in the last, like I said, about 8 months. I just finally got back on here. And if you kind of notice, I still got to trim all that up. I'm doing a multi-type siding in here. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to finish all this out. I'll do this more in an in-depth video of how I made the little siding for in here. I have the beginnings of the kitchen cabinet. Oh, need to clean up in here too. As I finally got this done last week, I believe it was last Monday, I had a chance to finally get in here and do some work. I was able to finally get this front walls insulated. Everything that's covered right now has insulation behind it. Everything's pushed in. Now, as I'm trying to straighten this place up and get more walking room and get more junk out of here, I have a lot to go. Like, there's still more insulating, more different things going on. So probably the next series of videos that I might do as far as the cabin, just to go ahead and kind of give you a little spoiler alert, I think it's time to go ahead and bring the 4 100-watt panels out, put the charge controller out, different things. I am going to mount the batteries down here. Up underneath this, we'll tuck them up underneath. It gives me room for expansion if I choose to. All the pellet guns will go into this new cabinet. One of my fellow YouTubers gave me a deal on it. He's also a good buddy of mine. But I don't want to move too many things around as I'm still trying to build and clean up and organize this mess. Because like I said, this is the off-grid cabin. It will always remain an off-grid cabin. Even if the house is literally on the other side of the property. This is one of the spots I love just coming out here to sit. Make sure I got the keys before we lock it. I love to sit out here and just relax. Like, it's so peaceful here. Nothing about the beauty has changed. Now, yes, I have trash out here. Again, this is still a construction site. I want to get all this cleaned up. If you kind of notice, there's trees that are uprooting, and that's kind of why you can see over there how far away the shop's going to be further back. I am going to clean up a lot of these trees, and I kind of have no choice, and I'm going to explain that why. Like right there, these trees, there was a couple of them that were just naturally dead standing trees, but if you see the one literally straight ahead, in fact, let's walk over there. I don't have much more time because I have to actually go to work. Since I live so close, or this property is close to my work, I was able to stop. If you notice that one right there, straight ahead of us, right there in the middle, it's actually uprooting. And there's a couple of stragglers here and there that have literally just uprooted. Yes, we have the creek right there, but if this part of the property stays wet, it's not wetland, but it does stay wet enough that we're not going to take a chance on nope, that's not an uprooted one. That's a Widowmaker I created by accident. But I'd rather go ahead and take down the trees that could possibly uproot and take out the shop. Now I am going to leave a row of trees here. I am going to plant something else that's probably trying to find something that bushes up real good and kind of deep roots. Hopefully that would keep the uprooting down to a minimum. And as far as out here, the only thing I plan on doing is we're going to eliminate some of these straggler little trees just to open up the view of the creek. And we're going to bring that Billy Goat brush cutter out, clean up clean up the underbrush. Because, again, I moved to the country for peace, quiet, solitude, and just peace of mind. Like, you just can't get that in the city. I love this place. I've always loved this piece of land, but I've always loved the cabin build project. Any of y'all have been with my channel, if you've caught me from the beginning, I made the homemade camper project. That was like my first set of YouTube videos, and that's what I had planned on, was possibly dragging it here. This was before I ever bought this property, but now I got something better. I have the cabin right there. I want to keep it off grid. That's the whole point of it. The point is, if I come camping, I want to be able to keep everything going in there without having to run. I'll stock it with my food, whatever. If I want to go camp, that's camping. I don't have to run to the house. I don't have to do whatever. But since I love doing YouTube videos, that's also my studio. You can't never have enough space just to give yourself peace and quiet. Sorry, something caught my attention. Actually, I'm wrong. That is not one of my Widowmakers. Last thing I'm going to show you, so I don't make myself seem kind of dumb while I'm on video, but I have a tendency to do that. That is yes and no. Yes, that is a Widowmaker I created, but it's also, the reason is that thing is uprooting. That was one of the set of trees that was uprooting. So it really did. This is why I've been taking down the trees over here. I don't want, you can kind of, hopefully you can clearly see in the video, that was definitely uprooting. So a couple more cuts, I'll safely bring it down. And the creek, my property does extend further than it does in front of the cabin this way. So we'll clear this underbrush, give it a nice little landscape. But definitely, I think these are going to be the next set of trees. We're going to take these down. No, I don't want any of the pine trees. They're nothing but lightning bolt magnets. So we'll take these out, clear this underbrush, and hopefully open up a nice area for the brand new Chop Shop Customs. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone as I was coming out here to film this. I've got several companies I've been getting bids for the new building. It's just kind of hard because I'm trying to stay, I guess we'll say, I don't want to say self-sufficient, but I'm trying to stay out of debt. For most everything, I was able to pay cash, and I'm trying to continue that on. If I do have any kind of debt with this property, I would only like to owe a small balance on the shop so I can have another shop again. I miss building stuff. But guys, I wish you all a great day. Please comment, rate, subscribe. If you have any comments, what I could do to improve any of this. I've got a lot more videos about to be cranked out. Sorry this took so long. And as always, give me a thumbs up. Let's build my channel even better. If you love to hear my ranting, if y'all enjoy it, if y'all just love this project, thumbs up please. Comment and rate, subscribe. Thank you.